Hi everyone, welcome to Zen or Mobile Yoga. Today's video is going to consist of a lot of heart-opening poses, so I wanted to bring our trusty friend here, Nicholas Ribcage, out so I can show you what will assist in making that happen. There's three parts to our spine. We have the cervical spine, the thoracic spine, and then the lower spine, which you can't see here, is the lumbar spine. In today's class, I'm going to reference the thoracic spine more than once, so I just wanted to show you what that is. So it's going to be the middle part of the spine, and that's the part that our ribs connect to. And in general, something I might say would be to press the thoracic spine towards the front of the body in order to enable the broadening of the chest. You won't need anything for today's practice, so I will just meet you on the mat. Let's begin sitting in easy pose in a nice upright position with your hands on your heart. Gently close the eyes, bring the chin a little bit closer to the chest, reaching up through the crown of the head, and then pay attention, begin to notice the breath. Shoulder blades are drawn together and down towards the tailbone, neck is nice and long. Beginning to take nice deep inhalations. And as you exhale, completely empty the lungs. And as you begin to notice the breath, begin to move the breath from the belly up to the crown of the head. And on the next inhalation, move the breath from the belly into the shoulder blades. And one more inhalation, nice and deep, from the belly to the lower back. Exhale completely. Feel the heartbeat. And we'll take one more breath here. And then bring the hands down to the knees. You can slowly open the eyes. And we're just going to shrug the shoulders up to the ears, round the shoulders back to expose the heart, beginning with opening the chest, opening the heart. Shoulder shrugs up to the ears. Draw the shoulder blades together and down. One more time. Shrug the shoulders up as you inhale. Exhale, bring the shoulders down. And then we're going to do some hip circles to open up the hips. So begin by opening the chest forward and then leaning to the right, making that right sitting bone heavy, rounding the back, coming to the back of your mat, and then shifting your weight to the left. So we're just moving the pelvis in a circular motion. Warming up the hips, moving the spine around a little bit, waking up the spine, continuing to open up the shoulders and the chest. Do this along with your breath, hitting the front of your mat, broadening the collarbones, rounding the back. One more time, and then we'll go in the opposite direction. So lean to the left, come to the back. You get the picture, right? Do this with your breath, and I'll just be quiet here for a moment. We'll do 3 more circles with the hips. Last one. And then go ahead and stop, coming to center. And then we're going to come to hands and knees. So hands and knees, we're going to warm up the spine here, of course. Knees are hip width apart. Inhale, drop the spine to the front of the body. Lift the chin, raise the tailbone. As you exhale, lead with the tailbone, rounding the back, Pressing the buttocks towards the front of the body, drop the head. Dropping the belly again towards the mat, pressing the hands and feet into the mat, opening the heart, lifting the chin. Exhale, round the back. As you do this, you're going to do it with the pace of your breath. And as you dip your belly towards the mat, see how long it takes. See if you can let the head lift last. The head wants to be in charge of everything, but today we're moving with the heart. So today we're going to let the heart open first, then lift the head. And see how that feels. Let's do one more round of our Betalasana or cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine. And then come back to a neutral position. Be sure that your shoulders are directly over the wrist here, or the hands can be forward just a little bit. We're going to press the tops of the feet into the mat. Find that power in your lower abdominals and lift the knees off the mat. We're going to push through the thoracic spine, or the middle of the back. Take a breath here. And then go ahead and lower. Widen the knees, come into child's pose for just a moment. So sit on the heels, reach the hands forward, rest the forehead onto the mat. Feel the stretch, the lengthening of the lower back as you allow gravity to weigh down the pelvis onto the heels. And then on your next exhalation, come back up to hands and knees. We're going to do that one more time. So press the tops of the feet into the mat, lift. Take one more breath. Go ahead and come down, widen the knees. Meet me in child's pose. This time you can grab the bottoms of the feet, so rest the arms for just a moment. We'll take a breath or two here before we start moving a little bit faster. And as you're resting here for a moment in your Balasana, or child's pose, think about an intention you'd like to bring to the front of the mind for this practice. Something about opening your heart. What is it that you want to open your heart to? What is it that you're working on opening your heart towards? And just keep that in your awareness today. On your next exhalation, bring your hands back to the mat. We're going to walk the hands forward just a little bit, straighten the legs out behind us, coming into our plank. So reaching out through the heels and the crown of the head, your energy going in those opposite directions. Elbows are going to kiss the sides of the body, coming down into Chaturanga. Uncurl the toes, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Bring the hands to the lower ribs as you inhale into Cobra, our first back bend of our practice today. Curl the toes under. Exhale, coming into downward facing dog. Take a moment here to walk or pedal the feet. Just getting a little bit of movement. Be sure you're bending the knees as much as you need to, weighting down through the heels. And then we're going to begin to pedal and walk towards the front of our mat. So coming to the front of your mat, we're going to inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward, separate the feet a little bit here again. Keep the knees bent if you need to. Bring the belly down to the thighs. And then you're going to grab opposite elbows here. And we're going to do big circles with the upper body. So keep the feet planted into the mat. All four corners nice and strong. Pressing especially through the ball mound of the big toes. Keep the knees bent. Twist the body to the right of the mat, keeping the feet planted. Coming up with the arms overhead, facing the left side of the mat, bringing that down. So we're going to do two more big circles just like that. Find your breath in this pose. Exhale as you come down. Last time, and then we're going to switch directions. So bringing it to the right, exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down, one more. Bring your awareness back to your feet. Be sure you're not lifting or getting light on the inner edges of the feet. Very good. Exhale, come down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Reach out through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold forward. Bring the feet a little bit closer together. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Urdhva Hastasana, or upward facing arms. Exhale, ground the shoulders. Reach back slightly. Small back bend here. Don't let the feet lift. Take a deep breath in as you reach as high as you can. Exhale, bring the arms down. Elbows down the sides of the body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open up the chest. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades together and down the spine. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, all the way down this time. Plant the hands on the mat. Walk back into your plank pose. High plank here. Chaturanga down. Hands to the lower ribs. Inhale, lift. Strong here. Exhale, curl the toes under, coming into downward facing dog. Nice springy knees here. Act as if you're going to pounce forward. Look at the front of your mat, and you can hop forward or walk. Good. Feet are nice and parallel. Inhale, swoop the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. One more time. Open up that heart. Exhale as you reach down with the elbows. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come into your chair here. So arms are nice and straight. Shoulders are away from the ears. The weight is back in the heels here. You can do it. Take a few breaths. Use your feet as if you're ripping the mat apart. So really ground those femurs, internally rotating the femurs and the hip sockets. Keeping yourself nice and stable here. And then inhale, reach. Exhale, open up the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come down to the mat. Plant the hands, come into your plank. High plank, chaturanga. Exhale. Bring your hands to the lower ribs. Inhale, lift, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring that right leg up in the air. Soften the left heel. Straighten out the armpits, even the armpits out with the mats. As you exhale, bring the knee forward. Step through, coming into crescent. You can do a high lunge here. You can do a low lunge. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Exhale, open up the chest. Sink that left hip flexor down towards the mat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open and soften. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. Good. Bring the hands down. Lift the back leg. And we're going to hop the left leg forward just a little bit. We're going to come into some warriors here. So inhale, swoop the arms up. Warrior one. Don't let that knee go over the ankle. Engage the back leg. Good. Bring the hands together. Hands in front of the heart. Keep the chest lifted, the collarbones nice and broad. As you shift your weight forward, getting ready for your Virabhadrasana 3 or Warrior 3. Doesn't matter how high that leg goes. Keep the shoulder blades together. Find your focus point. One more breath. Bend the right knee slightly. Come to Tadasana. Take a breath or two here. Check in with your body. Nice strong legs as if you're squeezing a block between the thighs. Keep the knees lifted. Chin parallel to the ground. Come back to your intention for this class. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward, come back into plank. Very good. Navel to the spine here. Exhale, elbows kiss the sides of the body. Hands to the lower ribs. Inhale, lift to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take 3 breaths here and rest. Stretch out the calves. Good. Go ahead and press the heart to the back of the spine, the thoracic spine. Just rounding the shoulders a little bit to give it a stretch. And then bring the left leg up in the air. Three-legged dog. Wrap the inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Right heel is nice and heavy. Keep those armpits nice and even to the mat. Bring the knee to the nose. As you're exhaling, bring that foot forward into crescent. Again, high lunge, low crescent, low lunge, high crescent, whatever you want to call it. Keep that left foot planted. Keep the chest nice and open. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Exhale, soften as you bring the elbows down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, right hip crease, soften towards the mat. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, down. Good, bring the hands to the mat. Lift that back knee, bring the foot in just a little bit and line up heel to heel. That's gonna be your center line for our warriors. Press the feet into the mat. Nice strong legs as you inhale and reach up. Good. We don't want the knee to go over the ankle, so if you need to scoot the toes forward, go ahead. Very good. Hips are squared to the front of the mat. Reach up. As you bring the hands together, exhale, hands in front of the heart. Begin to shift that weight forward to come into your warrior three. So find your focus point. Push out through the ball of the foot. Spread the toes. Find your breath. Good. Bend the knee. Come back to your Tadasana. Bring the hands along the sides of the body. Rest. Good. Go ahead and swoop the arms up as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Come into plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. And then from here, we're going to bring our forearms to the mat. Fingers are nice and spread. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. So we want the elbows to be directly under the shoulders here. Legs are nice and strong. Tops of the feet are pressing into the mat. Go ahead and press the palms into the mat as if you're pushing the mat away from you and lift the chest. Try not to compress the lower spine here. If you need to adjust the elbows, go ahead and do that. You'll see that it's a lot more difficult than what it looks. You will feel the power coming from your shoulders and also the serratus muscles, which are along the side of the ribs here. Those are going to be engaged. Waken them up. And imagine creating space from the lower spine all the way up through the crown of the head. Take another breath. And then as you exhale, go ahead and rest the arms, rest on your cheek. Just for a moment. And then go ahead and grab your left ankle with your left hand. Grab your right ankle with your right hand. On your next exhalation, I want you to push the shins or the ankles into your hands. Keep the knees close together, resisting each other as you lift the chest. Lift the gaze. Find your breath. Keep the shoulder blades drawn together. See if you can lift or push a little bit more. And as you exhale, go ahead and lower. Bring the hands to the mat. We want to neutralize the spine here for just a breath. And then go ahead and lift yourself coming into child's pose. So separate the knees, sit on the heels. Rest your head on the mat or your arms. And take a breath or two here. Be sure you're not gripping anywhere. These are some difficult poses. Keep that heart melting forward. Relax the shoulders. Feel the evenness of the breath traveling up and down both sides of the spine. On your next exhalation, bring the hands back to the mat. Lift yourself just a little bit. We're going to walk the hands to the right. Let's get some lateral stretching in here too. We are having this heart opening practice. Go ahead and lower yourself towards the floor. But you still need to have a well-rounded practice. So we are focusing on heart opening poses here, but we also need lateral stretching, twisting, all of it. Forward bends, of course. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and walk the hands slowly to the left. It's all about balance. Take one more breath and then go ahead and lift. Come back to center. We're going to come up onto our knees. So heart opening practices can also get very emotional, obviously. So if there's ever a time where you are doing lots of back bends in a class, lots of heart openers, don't be surprised if you find yourself getting emotional or maybe crying in Shavasana. It's happened to me. It's just how it is. We're just releasing old feelings. If you don't ever get emotional on the mat, that doesn't mean you're heartless either. Everybody's different, right? Tops of the feet flat on the mat, and you want to make sure that they're straight behind you. We don't want them out or in. So everything is nice and parallel and perpendicular to the mat. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Lift the chest, broaden the collarbones. As you exhale, reach back. Inhale, lift the left arm, reaching up and over the head, pushing the buttocks towards the front of the body, reaching, lengthening the spine, opening the chest, and on your next exhalation, sink the hips back to come back safely to standing knees. So we're doing our camel pose. Ready? Take a deep breath in, opening, lengthening the spine, keeping that neck nice and long, as if the origin of the neck is coming from the thoracic spine. So keep it nice and long. Don't bend it back. Push the hips forward. Good. Take one more breath. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, sink the hips. Good. Let's sit down on the heels. Come in our Vajrasana or Thunderbolts. We're going to reach the left arm up, lean to the right. So just a side stretch here. We'll throw in a twist before we get into our bridge and our upward bow. Go ahead and lean to the left. And then come back to center. Take your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Twisting from the thoracic spine. Exhale, come back to center. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. The left hand can rest behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Open up the chest, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come back to center. Let's get our arms ready. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows at a 90-degree angle. Bring the right elbow over the left, and then twist the arms until the palms are touching. They do not have to touch. You can bring the back of the hands together. You can bring just the forearms together. As you're resisting the hands away from the face, we're also drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. Okay? So you should feel a nice stretch in the shoulders here with our eagle arms. And we're going to inhale and reach. Exhale, round the back, coming forward. Inhale, lift. Reaching in a slight back bend here. Exhale, come back to center. Unravel the arms, shake them out just a minute. And then inhale, swoop the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Doing the other side here, left over right. Bring those palms together, fingers pointing straight up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round the back, pushing out through the thoracic spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come back to center. Unravel the arms, shake them out, and I will meet you on your back. So go ahead and lie down. We want the shoulder blades to be flat on the mat. We're going to keep our elbows bent and our fingers spread. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, press the inner edges of the feet, lift the pelvis towards the ceiling, adjust the shoulders, keep the neck or the chin lifted just a little bit. We don't want to squeeze off the throat. Knees are resisting towards each other. Don't let them hang open. And then continue to push the back of the body towards the front of the body. Nice deep breaths in the belly. Find comfort in this pose. Take one more breath. See if you can get a little higher. Inhale. And as you exhale, lower the pelvis down to the mat first. And then unravel the upper body. Good. Take just a minute here to rest. Good. Now for the next pose, we're going into upward bow or wheel pose. If you cannot get up into this, that's okay. Just do bridge one more time. The rest of you can go ahead and bring your fingertips under the shoulders. Palms are planted into the mat. Feet are pressing. Take a deep breath in. And again, same thing with the knees and the elbows. Keep everything resisting towards each other. As you exhale, press the hands and the feet. Lift the body up. Glutes are pressing forward, lengthening the spine. Chest is open. Take one more breath. And then as you exhale, try to bring the pelvis down first, nice and gentle. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and just let the knees hang open. In our Supta Baddha Konasana. We're going to take 3 more really good breaths here. And then on your next exhalation, go ahead and use the hands to bring the knees back together. And we are going to come into our Shavasana or our relaxation to finish up our practice. This is a very important part when it comes to the heart. Letting everything sink in, all the hard work you just did. Do not skip Shavasana. Every time you skip Shavasana, a unicorn dies. Yeah, that's how important it is. Palms towards the ceiling. At least that's what I saw on Instagram. Let the feet hang open. And I'm going to let you rest here for 5 minutes. Even if it's the only 5 quiet minutes you have in this whole day, give yourself that gift. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes gently. And then reach the arms up overhead. And take a nice long stretch. You can circle the ankles, circle the wrists. And then bend the knees one at a time. Roll onto your side. And then use the strength of your arms to bring you up safely into any seated position that's comfortable for you. Bringing your hands together at your third eye to remind us to have kind and loving thoughts, not just towards others, but towards ourselves. And then bringing the hands in front of the heart to remind us to have kind and loving actions, not just towards others, but also towards ourselves. Thank you for letting me guide you today. Namaste.